Snapshot 24W46A brought us Data Pack version 60 and Resource Pack version 45 with even more item model functionality, following up from the huge change last week. My name is Slime and this is a guide to all these changes. Let's once again start with Resource Pack functionality and more item models. There are two new special model types, Standing Sign and Hanging Sign, which render that particular type of sign. They have a wood type field, which is one of the wood types in the game. The texture field is an optional field that specifies a texture relative to the textures/entity/signs or textures/entity/signs/hanging folder and without a .png suffix. If this field is not present, the texture is derived from the wood type. A change has also been made to the head special model type. That can now have a texture field, which references a texture under textures/entity and without a .png suffix. If this is present, that texture will be used and the profile item component is ignored. Otherwise, the default texture is used like before. There are new Boolean condition properties available as well. Keybind down returns true if a specified keybind is being pressed. Which keybind is specified in the keybind field in the same format as a keybind would be specified in a text component. Note that the keybind check is always on the client side, so regardless of who holds the item or in which context it is being rendered, the player who is seeing the item is the one whose keybinds get checked. The has component Boolean property has a new field called ignore default. If this is set to true, the check will consider a component that matches the default for its item type to represent that component not being present. The default value is false. The shift down Boolean property has been replaced with extended view. This checks if the shift key is being pressed, but only works in a UI context. The Xmas Boolean property has been removed. Instead, there's a new string property for the select model type called local time. This returns the current time on the local machine of the game client, formatted according to some pattern. This pattern is specified in the pattern field. The time zone and locale fields are optional fields to further specify exactly how the time gets captured and formatted. All these fields use the format defined in the International Components for Unicode documentation. There's another new string property type as well. Holder type returns the namespace ID of the entity type holding the item, if any. It has no fields. And a block model fix in this pack version. Overriding parent texture references with a texture ID now works once again. All blocks that previously rendered only a block entity, that is banners, heads, beds, chests, conduits, decorated pots, shulker boxes and signs, will now also render a normal block model over it, which is the same behavior as for bells, enchantment tables and other block entities. Let's turn our attention to data pack changes. The creaking transient entity type has been removed. Instead, all creaking are now the creaking type. The naturally spawned creaking have a home pos int array field which specifies the block position of its creaking heart. And the creaking heart block entity data has a creaking field that specifies the UUID of its creaking. These fields have to match for the creaking to stay alive. Creaking that don't have a home pos are not invulnerable and not immune to fire, have no special death animation, can use portals and can be ridden with the ride command. And a fix has been made for hanging signs, which now show up properly when used as block display entities or when carried by endermen. In tag news, the preferred weapon tags are now named in plural instead of singular, and there's a new Wither Skeleton disliked weapons tag. The trim templates item tag has been removed. And that's it for these pack versions. Thank you for watching. My name is Slime, and I'll see you next time.